Today's presentation reveals the 4 most powerful vitamins for dissolving blood clots, clearing clogged veins, and dramatically improving circulation in your legs. A fair warning from the start: the last vitamin is the most powerful of all. It is the one the medical and research communities have studied most extensively to help older adults avoid serious life-altering problems with their veins and hearts. But before revealing which one it is, do one very important thing first. Check whether you have any of these 5 symptoms. If even one applies to you, your circulation may already be failing, and this video could genuinely change the direction of your health. Pay close attention, and to learn all 4 vitamins along with the complete recipe for the powerful special juice, stay tuned to the very end, because every piece of information here could save your life. The 5 serious warning signs of poor circulation. These 5 symptoms signal that your circulatory system is failing. If you recognize even one, your body is already sending a clear and urgent signal. 1. Constant tingling, a sensation that simply won't go away. The first symptom is persistent tingling, or a strange, uncomfortable feeling in your feet and legs. Sometimes it begins mildly, almost as if your leg is falling asleep, but it keeps coming back without any obvious cause. This happens because your peripheral nerves are not receiving sufficient oxygen, and your blood is not flowing the way it needs to. When oxygen-deprived blood struggles to reach your extremities, the nerve fibers send out distress signals. That is exactly what tingling is: your body communicating with you. The real question is, are you listening to cold feet even in warm weather? Many people assume this is a natural part of getting older, but from a clinical standpoint, after decades of studying how the body heals and protects itself, that assumption is simply wrong. When your feet stay cold in a warm environment, blood is not reaching those extremities adequately. Your circulatory system is falling behind. That is not age. That is a biological warning. 3. Cramps while walking or during the night. This is one of the most disruptive symptoms: intense cramping in your legs while walking, or cramps that wake you in the middle of the night and force you to stop everything. When cramps wake you at 2 or 3 inches the morning, that is not something to dismiss as normal. This condition is called intermittent claudication, and it occurs because your muscles are demanding oxygen that simply isn't arriving in sufficient quantities. If you also experience restless leg syndrome at night, that relentless sensation that won't let you sleep peacefully, this too is a significant sign of impaired circulation that deserves medical attention. 4. Skin changes and wounds that are slow to heal. Look closely at the skin on your feet and lower legs. Has it become paler than it used to be, or more purple in tone? Do you notice discolored patches, brownish or reddish spots that weren't there before? These are critical biological signals that blood is pooling, that your veins are weakening under internal pressure, and that your skin tissue is no longer receiving the nutrients it depends on to stay healthy. This is precisely why wounds on the legs take so much longer to heal in people with poor circulation, and why swelling becomes a persistent daily problem that seems impossible to resolve. 5. Varicose veins and spider veins, overloaded veins showing the strain. These are twisted, visibly distended, inflamed veins that sit close to the surface of the skin. Many people dismiss them as a cosmetic inconvenience, but scientifically they represent something far more significant: direct evidence that your venous valves are no longer functioning properly, that blood is flowing backward or becoming trapped in pockets within the venous system, and that pressure inside your veins is building dangerously over time. All 5 symptoms point to one clear conclusion: your circulation needs science-backed attention, and it needs it now. But don't be discouraged, because this is exactly what this video is here to address. The next part walks through the vitamins that can meaningfully improve your circulation, strengthen your vein walls, and prevent the formation of dangerous blood clots. And the first one is a nutrient that a surprising number of older adults are simply not consuming in adequate amounts. Vitamin number 1, niacin, also known as vitamin B3, the vitamin for flexible veins and a resilient heart. Most people recognize the name, but very few understand how profoundly this nutrient impacts vascular health. Years of research into the relationship between nutrition and disease prevention show that niacin is one of the most powerful biological allies for keeping veins and arteries supple, preventing arterial obstruction, and sustaining healthy circulation in the lower extremities. Why is niacin so clinically significant? Imagine your arteries and veins as water pipes running through a building. Over the years, those pipes begin to harden, accumulate fatty deposits, and slowly narrow. Niacin does the precise opposite. It opens those pipes, clears out the buildup, and actively reinforces their structural walls. Mechanistically, it reduces the formation of blood clots, maintains arterial flexibility, improves blood flow specifically to the legs and extremities, and protects the heart by regulating cholesterol, lowering LDL while raising HDL, the protective kind. That combination is extraordinarily valuable in preventing the arterial plaques that ultimately cause blockages, strokes, and heart attacks. Niacin also protects your brain. Research consistently shows that niacin protects neural tissue from the oxidative damage of aging, supports memory and cognitive clarity, and reduces the neurological wear produced by free radicals. It is, in many respects, a foundational vitamin for healthy, graceful aging. Where do you find niacin naturally? This is not an exotic compound. It is found in everyday foods you almost certainly have access to: eggs, easy to incorporate into any morning routine; chicken breast, lean, affordable, and one of the richest dietary sources of niacin: salmon and tuna, which also deliver vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. And almonds, an excellent nutritious snack. With a well-balanced diet, meeting your daily niacin requirement is entirely achievable without any supplementation. How much do you actually need? For the average adult, the recommended daily intake falls between 14 and 16 milligrams. A single 100-gram serving of chicken breast alone covers more than half of that requirement. The body is designed to work with food first, and niacin from whole food sources is absorbed and utilized more efficiently than isolated supplement forms. An important precaution: if you take niacin in supplement form and exceed the appropriate dose, you may experience what is known as a niacin flush, a wave of heat, skin redness, and uncomfortable itching. It isn't medically dangerous, but it is unpleasant and unnecessary, which is precisely why the food-first approach is the wiser clinical strategy. Whole foods deliver the nutrient in a form your body processes naturally, without those disruptive side effects. And this is just the beginning, because the next vitamin not only improves your veins, it reinforces arterial walls, reduces the severity of varicose veins, and meaningfully accelerates wound healing. Vitamin number 2, vitamin C, the guardian of your veins and the integrity of your skin. Almost everyone recognizes this vitamin, but very few truly understand its full clinical depth. Here is what may genuinely surprise you. This vitamin is not simply an immune system booster. It plays a structural, foundational role in the health of your veins, your arteries, and the skin of your legs. Without it, your circulatory system cannot maintain itself. Why is vitamin C so essential for circulation? Your veins and arteries are constructed from tissue that must remain firm, elastic, and structurally resilient under constant pressure. The protein responsible for building and maintaining that tissue is collagen. Here is the critical scientific fact: without vitamin C, your body cannot synthesize collagen. When collagen production falters, vein walls weaken and lose their elasticity. Inflammation sets in, varicose veins develop, and the skin becomes discolored, fragile, and slower to regenerate. Vitamin C is not optional for circulatory health. It is biologically essential to it. Vitamin C also functions as a potent natural anti-inflammatory agent. If you have ever experienced that dragging heaviness in your legs by the end of the day, or swollen, aching ankles after moderate activity, vascular inflammation is a likely contributing factor. Adequate vitamin C reduces that inflammation, restores elasticity to the vein walls, and promotes a steadier, cleaner blood flow all day. It accelerates healing, which is particularly critical for older adults. Wound healing slows significantly when circulation is compromised. Cuts, abrasions, or ulcers on the legs that take weeks or even months to close are frequently a direct consequence of both poor blood supply and insufficient vitamin C. Clinical evidence consistently shows that optimal vitamin C status meaningfully improves both the speed and quality of tissue repair, and that is no small thing for aging bodies. The best food sources are simple, accessible, affordable fruits rich in vitamin C, oranges, lemons, and strawberries. Kiwi, which actually contains substantially more vitamin C per gram than an orange. One of the most concentrated natural sources of vitamin C in the world. Among vegetables, broccoli, red bell peppers, and spinach are all excellent daily options. Always consume these foods fresh, since vitamin C degrades quickly with prolonged exposure to heat, air, and light. Essential precautions. While vitamin C is widely considered safe, exceeding 2,000 milligrams per Dalton Y can cause gastrointestinal discomfort, diarrhea, and over time, an elevated risk of kidney stones. The optimal strategy remains food. First, natural sources deliver vitamin C alongside the cofactors and enzymes that maximize absorption and effectiveness. Two more vitamins remain, and they are the most critical: vitamin K, which plays a pivotal role in preventing dangerous clot formation, and vitamin E, the most potent of all. Stay tuned. Vitamin number 3, vitamin K, the key to preventing dangerous clots and arterial stiffness. This vitamin is among the most misunderstood in clinical nutrition, yet one of the most important for sustained circulatory health. Pay very close attention to this section, particularly if you are currently taking anticoagulant medications such as warfarin. What does vitamin K actually do in the body? It serves two critically important functions. First, it regulates blood clotting with remarkable biochemical precision, not excessive clotting, which leads to dangerous thrombus formation inside the vessels, and not insufficient clotting, which creates life-threatening bleeding risk. It maintains the precise balance healthy circulation depends on. Second, and this surprises many people, it actively prevents calcium from accumulating inside the arterial walls. When calcium deposits build up on the inner lining of your arteries, the vessels become rigid, narrowed, and increasingly prone to obstruction. This process, known as arterial calcification, is a primary underlying mechanism in the development of thrombosis, stroke, and myocardial infarction. The direct implication for your legs: when vitamin K levels are adequate, your veins and arteries maintain their natural flexibility, withstand the hemodynamic pressure of each heartbeat more effectively, and deliver blood to the feet and calves with appropriate force, meaningfully reducing the probability of varicose veins or clot-related complications. Clinically speaking, vitamin K is a direct and underappreciated protector of the entire circulatory system. Where do you find vitamin K? Through food. Green leafy vegetables are the richest sources: broccoli, kale, cabbage, spinach, Swiss chard, and fresh parsley. Among fruits, kiwi and green grapes contain notable amounts. For a practical, powerful daily delivery of vitamin K, a simple green juice comes highly recommended, and the complete recipe appears later in this video. Critical clinical note for those taking warfarin or other anticoagulants. If you are taking warfarin, you do not need to avoid vitamin K-rich vegetables. The problem is never the eating of these foods, it is the sudden, dramatic change in how much you eat from one day to the next. If you consume a generous serving of kale today and nothing green tomorrow, warfarin's pharmacological behavior becomes dangerously unpredictable, far too potent or far too weak, putting you at genuine medical risk. In practice, the adjustment is not to the diet, but to the anticoagulant dose, calibrated to a stable and consistent vitamin K intake. Eat your green vegetables every day, keep the quantity regular, And if you plan significant dietary changes, talk to your doctor first so your medication can be properly recalibrated. Consistency is the cornerstone of safety here. And now to the vitamin that, in clinical and research experience, stands as the single most powerful for comprehensive vascular protection, vitamin E. It doesn't just shield your veins, it actively dilates arteries, reduces blood pressure, and prevents clot formation through natural biological mechanisms. Vitamin number 4, vitamin E, the star vitamin for strong veins and clean, open arteries. What does vitamin E do at the cellular level? As the body ages, its cells and vascular tissue undergo oxidative stress. Think of it like the rusting of metal. Over time, free radicals cause progressive structural degradation of the tissues lining your blood vessels, making them fragile, chronically inflamed, and less capable of sustaining healthy blood flow. Vitamin E operates as a lipid-soluble antioxidant, integrating directly into cell membranes and neutralizing free radicals before they can cause tissue damage. The result: vein walls are structurally protected, remain sound under pressure, and age significantly more slowly. Vitamin E and thrombosis prevention. One of its most clinically significant properties is the ability to inhibit platelet aggregation. In simpler terms, it prevents blood cells from clustering together unnecessarily to form dangerous clots. For older adults, or anyone with existing circulation challenges, this is a profound and measurable benefit. It keeps blood flowing freely, reduces venous stagnation, and meaningfully lowers the statistical probability of a clot-related cardiovascular event. Arterial dilation, the nitric oxide connection. Vitamin E stimulates the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels to produce nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that relaxes the smooth muscle cells within your arterial walls. When those cells relax, the arterial diameter increases and blood pressure drops, so the heart operates with less resistance and less effort per beat. A useful analogy: imagine expanding a 2-lane highway to 4 lanes. The same volume of blood now moves through with far greater efficiency and far less congestion. That is what vitamin E does for your cardiovascular system. Where do you find vitamin E? Through food. Foods rich in vitamin E include egg yolks, particularly from free-range hens, almonds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, fresh spinach, broccoli, avocado, and extra virgin olive oil. A small handful of almonds, about 30 grams, provides nearly half of your recommended daily intake. Add half an avocado and a serving of spinach to a meal, and you have covered most of your daily requirement through food alone. No supplements required. Should you take vitamin E supplements? In the majority of cases, no. High-dose vitamin E supplements, particularly above 400 IU daily, have been associated in peer-reviewed research with an increased risk of bleeding, especially in individuals already taking anticoagulant medications or aspirin. Food source vitamin E comes packaged with synergistic nutrients that modulate absorption and prevent accumulation to unsafe levels. Always choose food first. The science consistently supports it. The ideal combination: B3, CK, and E working together. When you combine these 4 vitamins, you create a comprehensive, multi-layered defense system for your entire circulatory network. Vitamin B3 opens and flexibilizes the arterial walls. Vitamin C builds and reinforces the structural collagen scaffolding of your veins. Vitamin K regulates clotting and prevents calcification within the arterial walls. And vitamin E protects, cleanses, and dilates at the cellular level, sustaining everything the other 3 vitamins build. Together, they are an extraordinary biological team, keeping your legs strong, your veins resilient, and your heart performing at its best. Now that you understand the 4 vitamins, the next step is to see exactly how to incorporate them into daily life, which foods to combine, what quantities are optimal, and what precautions are essential for those over 60. How to take the 4 vitamins, daily meal plan, and essential precautions for older adults. The goal is not to chase these vitamins through supplements. It is to build a daily eating pattern that delivers all 4 naturally consistently, and in a form your body can actually absorb and put to work. Distribute them through your day as follows. Vitamin B3 is best consumed in the morning, vitamin C at breakfast or lunch, vitamin K at your main meal, and vitamin E alongside healthy fats such as avocado and olive oil. This approach keeps your circulation active all day without overloading your system with anything artificial or excessive. Breakfast rich in B3 and vitamin C, 1 boiled or poached egg, 1 kiwi or guava, a small handful of almonds, and warm water with fresh lemon juice. This single meal covers a substantial portion of your daily niacin and vitamin C requirements and takes less than 5 minutes to prepare. Lunch optimized for vitamin K, grilled chicken breast or salmon, a generous salad with spinach or kale, cucumber, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a portion of avocado. This meal reinforces your arterial walls and maintains stable vitamin K levels throughout the afternoon. Dinner, light, anti-inflammatory, rich in vitamin E, a spinach and avocado salad, a small spoonful of sunflower or pumpkin seeds, and warm, unsweetened herbal tea. This dinner is gentle on digestion and supports restful sleep without the burden of heavy, swollen, aching legs. 4 essential daily habits for older adults. First, walk for 20 to 25 minutes every single day. Movement is the most fundamental circulatory medicine available, and it costs nothing. Second, avoid crossing your legs for extended periods since it mechanically restricts venous return to the heart. Third, don't remain seated for more than 45 consecutive minutes. Stand up, stretch, and rotate your ankles to keep the blood moving. Fourth, elevate your legs for 10 minutes before sleep, which reduces edema and venous pressure. And drink adequate water throughout the day because dehydration thickens the blood and elevates the risk of clot formation. 5 critical precautions. Please do not skip this if you take warfarin or any other anticoagulant. First, do not make sudden changes to your intake of vitamin K-rich vegetables. Maintain a stable, consistent amount every single day. Second, if you have diabetes, hypertension, or cardiac disease, always consult your physician before beginning any supplement regimen. With natural food sources, the risk is minimal, but isolated supplements can interact unpredictably with existing medications in ways that create real clinical danger. The special 10-day circulation juice at this point, the 4 essential vitamins to strengthen your veins, improve your circulation, and reduce the risk of dangerous blood clots. If you have stayed with this video this far, that tells something meaningful about you. You are serious about your health, and you are making a courageous and intelligent decision. One final powerful tool deserves a place here. This special juice, the anti-thrombosis green juice, is designed to help clear arterial buildup, reduce chronic vascular inflammation, and improve circulation noticeably within just 10 days. Before continuing, a very special wish. Happy New Year. May 2026 be the year of your health, your transformation, the year you decide to take serious, informed care of your legs, your heart, and your circulation. If you are finding value in this content, leave a comment below saying, "I'm starting today." It lets the community know that you are on board and that this journey toward better health is being made together. So, time to finish. The juice is simple to make, but the results it can produce are remarkable. It has been recommended to patients across the country, and the response is always consistent. "My legs feel so much better. That heavy feeling has finally gone. I can walk again without pain. Drink this juice on an empty stomach first thing every morning for 10 consecutive days." After that, 3 times per week is sufficient to maintain and extend the benefits. In your blender, add 1 cup of fresh spinach or kale, rich in vitamin K, iron, and powerful antioxidants, 1 stalk of celery, clinically associated with blood pressure reduction and reduced edema, 1 kiwi or half a red or green apple. Delivering the vitamin C your vein walls depend on a piece of fresh ginger the size of your thumbnail. One of the most extensively researched natural anti-inflammatory compounds, 4 fresh mint leaves, supporting healthy digestion and refreshing the blend, and a small pinch of ground cinnamon, which supports blood glucose regulation and provides cardiovascular protection. Blend everything with 1 full glass of filtered water. Do not strain it, drink it all, fiber and everything. That is how your body absorbs every available nutrient to maximum effect. Drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, then wait 20 to 30 minutes before having breakfast or anything else. In 10 days, you will feel a genuine difference. Your legs will be lighter, the swelling will recede, and that persistent tingling will begin to fade. And if you combine this juice with the 4 vitamins covered here, along with a daily walk and sufficient hydration, the transformation in your circulatory health will exceed what you thought was possible. One final and critically important reminder: if you are taking medication for blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, or anticoagulation therapy, do not stop your prescribed treatment. This juice works alongside your medical care. It does not replace it. Always keep your physician informed about dietary changes, especially where anticoagulant therapy is involved. Share this video with 3 people who need this information: a parent, a neighbor, a friend who mentions leg pain and doesn't know where to turn. Because good, science-based health information, when shared widely, saves real lives. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now and turn on notifications. Every week brings new evidence-grounded content designed to help you live longer, stronger, and with greater vitality and independence.